Ask those people, what have you done consistently over the last 10 years? Don't ask them to do 30 years, 40 years, because everybody wakes up at a different time. And what I mean by being woke is being alert to what's going on. Everybody wakes up at a different time. So if everybody wakes up at a different time, ask them, when did they wake up and how long have you been doing and what have you done to enhance your community? And if the answer is nothing, or stuttering and stammering or excuse making, then maybe this isn't the person you need to be listening to. Myself included. And see, again, when you say, what have you done? You don't have to provide millions of dollars of aid or I helped out 50,000 people. You could have just had a conversation with somebody and been a jolly, an inspiration. It's an African term again. A jolly is a person who gives you facts and inspires you to greatness, or inspires you to move, or inspires you to do something positive. Who have you been a jolly to? And if the answer is none, then how do you know these things won't work? I hear a lot of times people, well, this ain't gonna work because you've seen it in the past. Well, when you were in the past doing that, did you see large groups of people commit to that for decades at a time? No, more than likely we haven't. Because as American citizens, not even just in our community, this is what we do. We vote November 3rd, and we don't pay attention until November 2024, November 3rd, and then we start complaining January 1st about what we did November 3rd. Voting is just a tool. Look at voting as I don't know if y'all old as me, none of y'all are. Bookman or Schneider from One Day at a Time. They had tool belts. They had hammers, wrenches, all kinds of tools on that belt. Voting is like a tool. The whole civic process is like a tool belt. And what you have to do is take one piece of that tool belt, the screwdriver, the Phillips screwdriver, the Allen wrenches. It's about 50 of them Allen wrenches. The what they call monkey wrenches, so forth, the grips. Needle nose pliers, whatever, rubber hammers and things of that nature. You have to use all those tools. And how you enact all those tools is this. What you do is you vote. You find, and I'm going to use the people in the chat room for the people who listen in the background. I really appreciate you guys, and the people who are in the chat room, I appreciate you equally. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. But I'm going to be using names, and if you're not aware of those names, and then please, if you're listening in the background, if you're listening later, that's why I don't do a lot of acknowledging of the people who come in the chat room, because people who listen later and they call me and tell me how they appreciated the show, and to announce everybody who comes in the chat room, it's kind of annoying to them. So I don't ignore the people in the chat room. What it is the people in the background who listen later, it's kind of taxing on their ears. So bear with me. And again, if you want to participate, if you think you have something to add to the show, I would prefer you call. Not that I don't want to talk to you, but I would prefer you call, simply because then the person in the background, they'll be able to grasp the conversation better. They'll be able to follow it instead of me stumbling and stammering, trying to hurry up, read, and then come back and lose my train of thought. So again, I'm gonna start saying at the top of the show. That way I don't have to do that in the middle of the show. But again, who have you motivated to do something? And like I was about to say, back to what I was saying, the people who are uber critical of everything that comes about. Oh man, that ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. What if you try? Let me know what you've done. And again, back to the election process. You elect somebody. You grab Raider for life. Another person in the chat room, thank you for participating. And we support the hell out of Raider for life. We all vote for him. And guess what? We are not supposed to give Raider for life a date. The 5th of November, we need to be in his ass. And then by the time they swim in January, we need to be in his ass. And we need to be on top of him every day. We need to give him 4 months at a time to get things done. Have a list of 10 things that you're really only expecting 5. Or maybe even 4, you'll be satisfied with 4, but you're expecting at least 5. And when he gets those 5 things done, he got 4 months to get or set things in motion to get the other 5. And by the time he get the other 5 done, you got 10 more for him. See, as anybody who's been in management or anybody who's been in life, if you have children, people do what you inspect, not what you expect. And politicians are like computers. You're going to program, they're going to spit out what you need, and then you reprogram them to do what you want them to do the next time. So, if your politician hasn't done what you're supposed to do, then that means you are not on his behind enough. I'm gonna stop using as much profanity. I got a couple pastors listening to me, and I don't want to offend my pastors. They're good friend. One of them my personal pastors, one of them is my friend. So I'm gonna try to use as little profanity as possible. So, we're not, it's easy to sit back and say, this party hasn't done anything for us. That party, they're not supposed to, because you're not forcing them to do anything. All you do is sit your behind around and complain. And lateral complaints will get you the exact same thing in the political realm as taking a nap. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All the Republicans are this. The Democrats are that. Trump is this. Trump is that. If you're saying that, then that means you are not really doing anything yourself. Because all I want to know is, if you have issues with those guys not doing what they're supposed to do, present me with your agenda. If it's a solid agenda, I'm going to do what I have to do and work with you to get it accomplished. Otherwise, it's like the military. Lead, follow, or get out the way. Those are your only options, man. Lead, follow, get out the way. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody can face everything. Nobody has a plan past, 5:40 Central Standard Time? Nobody has a plan past this show. Let's be honest. Some of y'all gonna leave mid-show. I'm gonna, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go do something. Enough of that A-strap nonsense. So, so that's what I'm begging people to do, man, because, hey, man, without a plan, you ain't going nowhere, man. That's just the bottom line. Give you perfect examples of what I mean. Your current president, his plan is world domination via white supremacy. It's more than obvious. And now his propaganda has bit him in his behind. I'm gonna put a smile on both my pastor friends' face when I think about Donald Trump and him contracting COVID. What I am going to do is quote Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Basically, when you start playing with God, you reap what you sow. You put out all that negativity, you put out all that propaganda trying to get what you want to get done. What's going to happen is all that negative energy that you put out to the universe comes back to bite you on your behind. I don't know if I would subscribe to any definite religion. I study. I believe in a higher power, and I read what I could read to enhance my soul. And I treat people the way I want them to treat me, by and large. But I'm going to tell you this. I was kind of disappointed. 3 days after this dude refused to denounce white supremacy, I saw a lot of my brothers and sisters on social media. And maybe I'm wrong for this. Pastor Daniels, Reverend Dodd, they'll get at me if I'm wrong. They don't have no problem addressing me. But they be talking about peace and prayers to him and this, that, and the third. Hey, man, I'm not wishing no peace and prayers to nobody who's praying on my demise. I'm just sorry. And then, God knows it's in my heart. And I'm just not doing that, man. And, see, that's our problem, man, in the community, if you ask me. You could either say nothing, or you could do like the great Dr. Greg Koff, president of the African American Studies at Howard University, said, I wish him exactly what he would wish me. And that's about as nice as I can get to you, man. See, in order to be good people or children of the Most High, you ain't got to be wishing good on your enemies. You ain't got to wish bad on them, but you don't have to wish no good on somebody who wishing bad, who pray, like in the words of the great Darryl McDaniel, DMC from Run DMC, people praying and praying on your downfall. And we sitting around here, hey man, speedy recovery to the dude who wanted to destroy me. You sound like a fool. You could just say nothing. You could say nothing. I don't want nothing bad to happen to anybody, but I'm definitely not going to be wishing no good stuff on bad people. Whatever you did, that's what you got. Because guess what? Nothing bad or horrific happens to you the day that you do it. Correct. Because the Lord, He catch up with me immediately. Most of us, if you do something bad today, see, like me, I'm overweight. I didn't get overweight because I ate a hamburger yesterday. I got overweight because I ate a hamburger over the last 5 years. So if you doing something, you misleading people, leading them down the wrong road, that's karma that you got to, that's what you got to deal with. And quote the great Dr. Greg Carr, if you think the only people that you're going to contend with are the people here in America and around the world who you trying to destroy, we got ancestors on the other side that'll catch up with you too. Because they talking to, them and the Lord looking at you, do what you got to do. And you're going to deal with that bad juju on your own. You know what I mean? So, but I don't want my brothers and sisters, what really happening, something else to happen is, I don't want my brothers and sisters to wish bad on this man either. Because he's a demon. Even though he's a demon, you don't have to wish bad on him, man. Because the same thing happened to our young brother Cam Newton today, and you felt horrible for it. I'm not saying they both are intertwined. I'm not saying they are connected. But what I am saying, you wouldn't want nobody to wish bad on Cam, so we ain't gonna wish bad on nobody else in their community. That's all I'm saying. And if you can follow that, I appreciate it. And if you can't, we all gonna wake up on the ringtone or the alarm clock wake you up when it's time for you to wake up. But the same reason I didn't wish bad on Donald Trump, it's the same reason I would have had a real problem if I'd have saw one of these demons wish bad on my young brother Cam. So we can either acknowledge that young brother Cam and wish him a speedy recovery and ignore the demons and the negative energy that surrounds our community and attacks our community. Or what we can do is suffer the consequences when we wish bad on other people and something bad happen in our community. That's all I'm saying. With that being, now I'm on this Donald Trump kick, I want to get on this other side, We got people like the lady, y'all know I ain't saying her name on my show. Y'all know the lady I'm speaking for. She's anti-us at every time she opens her mouth. There's several people out there that are always trying to fight for acceptance and fight for this fairness and righteousness that people have put in front of us, saying, hey man, if you righteous, you do it this way and we gonna see the truth in all things. Now, some things you fix in-house. And nobody, I don't know many people that air their entire bed of dirty laundry in front of the world. So if you're not willing to air your dirty laundry in front of the world, don't air our dirty laundry or tell half truths. I perceive those people in survival mode because they realize what's around the corner. And that's why I started talking about voting and voter suppression. Anytime you got a group of people trying to take something from you, people don't take onions out your pocket. They go through your pants and find 4 or 5 onions. They're going to leave them onions in your pocket. People don't look for lint in your pocket. People only take things that are valuable from you. And the term voter suppression, if people are trying to take your vote from you, then what are you doing in regards to keeping that? And if it's unimportant, why are they trying to take it from you? When you got people like the lady who always speaks poorly against our community, she want to highlight falsehoods and BS narratives about our sister, like our sister Breonna Taylor, our sister Big George Floyd.
our brother Ahmaud Arbery. And when you want to find